Let me say this up front to all you docs, nurses, and frontliners. Remember your calling, because today ain't regular. So it's my hope you didn't just get into this field for a job, to punch the clock, to do your time and go home, because if that's the case, then that would explain a whole lot. So I gotta ask you up front, do you remember your calling? Because a calling is a reason for being. It's not just an opportunity, it's not just a job, it's not just something you're good at, and it's definitely not a passion project. A calling is purpose. And not everybody can become a doctor, a nurse, a PA, an EMT. Not everybody can do this. And that's on a regular day. And today ain't regular. Today we live in a world you didn't see coming. Med school didn't prepare you for this. Nursing school didn't prepare you for this. The boys didn't prepare you for this. M&M didn't prepare you for this. Every day you face traumas and pandemic, gunshot wounds and social distancing, positive pressure suits and intubations, and even job insecurity when you are an essential worker on the front lines. Today ain't regular. And you gotta remember your calling. Instead of the waiting room, now you dial a number, take a breath, and say, despite our best efforts, because the family is not there. Now you hold the phone. You listen, you cry, you hurt. What do you do with that? For your own mental health and physical well-being, for the stability of your family, children, husbands, wives, parents, for the care of your patients who are scared to death, suffering, and now, more than ever, alone, you've got to remember your call. The call to stand in the gap, to be an everyday hero, all too often unsung and unrecorded. The call to stand between the living and the dead and fight with everything you've got for the victims of mass casualty events, car accidents, and now a pandemic. The call to sacrifice work-life balance, handle the stress, and put in the hours. Remember the call that demands you have bravery and compassion in equal measure, more than just skill and knowledge. Letters behind your name are good. You earn them. But kindness, gentleness, patience, endurance, these are the hallmarks of those who remember the call. Today, you are called to go beyond the anatomy, physiology, the AI, and 5G. You're called to go outside the limits of science and data and evidence-based medicine and simply provide a ministry of healing. The call to stand in the gap every day when you get into the back of the ambulance, see a patient in the clinic, when you walk through the doors of the ER, when you hang another bag by the bedside in the ICU, or you go to the OR. Remember the call. But maybe you think now's a good time to walk away. Now's a good time to ride off into the sunset and let somebody else deal with it. Maybe you think somebody else can do your job. Somebody else can fill your shoes. Somebody else can order the labs, run the code, hold the hand, call the family, make the first incision, and check for a pulse. Maybe somebody else could do that. But you raised your hand, you put on the scrubs, you put in the hours, you wear the white coat, you make the rounds, and you answered the call. I know you're tired. I know you're worn out, and all you want to do is just go home. Hug your kids, kiss on the family, and breathe. To you, I say hold fast. Hold fast to something singular and solid. Hold fast to something that transcends this moment of darkness. Hold fast to something bigger than you. Remember who called you. Remember who gave you purpose. You see, that fire that burns within you is called hope. And hope shines its light in the darkness on the outside and dispels the darkness on the inside. To the docs, nurses, PAs, EMTs, and all the frontliners. Remember your call.
Resilient little thing, just like mama made you. No one needs to save you. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Wildflower in the spring, no, they can't contain you. Through the cracks you break through. Na-na-na-na-na-na. I deserve congratulations, 'cause I came out the other side. I've been having revelations, and I'm gonna let them shine. I deserve congratulations, and never thought that I'd survive. If you tell me I won't make it, and that's when I super blue, super blue. Resilient little thing, just like mama raised you, so you got that wildfire in your soul. Don't you ever let it go, make it burn so bright that they all know. I deserve congratulations, 'cause I came out the other side. I've been having revelations, and I'm gonna let
Welcome to the Spring 2024 BSN pinning ceremony. Although the weather is gloomy outside, it is bright in here. I'm Michelle Ragsdale, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Nursing, and I'm honored to be a part of this momentous occasion. First, I would like to recognize several guests here tonight. Dr. Neil Weaver, President of Georgia Southwestern State University. This will be Dr. Weaver's last pinning ceremony at GSW as he leaves to become the 11th President of Stephen F. Austin University. We are so thankful for the leadership he has provided to our university and community over the last 7 years. We also have our interim president, Teresa McCartney, and we look forward to working with her. In attendance is also Dr. Jill Drake, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, who is a wonderful advocate for this nursing program. Graduates, you have poured numerous hours of theory and clinical into your nursing degree, and you are to be commended on your dedication to your chosen field. Family and friends, you've also poured into these graduates. Whether it's been a shoulder to cry on, whether it's been providing some finances for them, keeping children, running the home, and these graduates are so thankful for your support. I would be remiss if I did not recognize the faculty who work diligently to prepare these future nurses to care for our patients. So thank you, faculty, as well as our clinical adjunct faculty that pour so much into our students. We also have a wonderful nursing staff who works diligently to advise and nurture these students as they navigate through this difficult program. A special thank you to Brandy Pfeiffer, who organizes this outstanding pinning ceremony. Graduates, I'm delighted you chose Georgia Southwestern to obtain your undergraduate degree, and we are confident you have obtained the clinical reasoning needed as you entered into the nursing career. Although you've completed your requirements for your BSN, you still have that one last requirement, your NCLEX RN. I look forward to hearing all the great things you do in your career. Now go be great and take your career by storm.
Good afternoon. I'm Teresa Teasley, Interim Dean and Professor in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. It is my honor to welcome and bring greetings to you at our pinning ceremony for graduates of the Georgia Southwestern State University School of Nursing Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. A historic tradition with roots that date back to the Crusades, the pinning ceremony officially marks a student's transition from nursing student to professional nurse. It is a way for nursing schools and professors to honor and congratulate the graduating class for their hard work and welcome them into nursing. The first pinning ceremony was held at Georgia Southwestern in 1956, and their tradition continues 68 years later with students honored at this event today. Today's ceremony holds even more significance as it coincides with the prestigious National Nurses Week, celebrated from May the 6th through the 12th annually. For 2024, the American Nurses Association selected the theme, Nurses Make the Difference, to honor the varying roles of nurses and their impact on our lives. Nurses make a difference as trusted advocates who ensure individuals, families, and communities receive quality patient care and services. According to the American Nurses Association, this year's theme honors the incredible nurses who embody the spirit of compassion and caring in every healthcare setting. Today, we gather to celebrate and honor the collective achievement of the 26 students who are receiving their nursing pins. Each of you has completed a rigorous 4-year undergraduate degree, demonstrating immense dedication, perseverance, and commitment. Your hard work has paid off. We are immensely proud of the achievements of our graduating class. Please help me give them a big round of applause. Well-deserved graduates. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Neil Weaver, President of Georgia Southwestern State University, to the podium to give his remarks.
Well, good afternoon. Did y'all graduate from high school did you guys miss your high school graduation? Anybody's get canceled? Yes, some of them did? Okay. Well, parents, family, I want to make sure, this is a little public service announcement. We have one ceremony tomorrow. You better get here early. You don't show up at 11 o'clock and think you're going to have a great seat. This is, for some of you, this will be the first time you've done this. So we're excited for you. This looks like the best nursing class that's ever graduated from GSW. There's two things that I want to tell you today. I'm going to get to talk to you again tomorrow, so I'll save some of it for tomorrow. But there's two things I want you to know today. One, you are graduating from the best nursing school in the entire state of Georgia, one of the very, very best in the country. And Dr. Teasley and Michelle, they thank the faculty, and I certainly should do that. The faculty and the staff of the nursing program are terrific, and they have made this the best nursing program in the state, and they have made you excellent nursing graduates. But I assume all of you have jobs or could have a job if you wanted one. I talked to somebody who said they weren't sure they even wanted to work. Who was that? Yeah, it was you. Yeah. So, but here's the deal. When you leave here, everybody that you work with, everybody that you work for, they're going to know that you went to GSW and that you're a product of the GSW nursing program. So you have a responsibility to be a great nurse, to be a great teammate, to be a great partner, because the students that are going to come after you, they want to graduate from the best nursing school in the state, and they want to have a job when they graduate. And you can make that happen for them by being an incredible nurse that we know you're going to be. But don't forget that you have that responsibility and that somebody did it for you. And they opened that door for you, and they made it possible for your GSW diploma to mean something in that pile and that stack of applicants. So that's the first. The second thing I want you to remember, and I laugh about this all the time. When I see you guys on campus, I ask you how it's going. I see you studying sometimes, and you guys say, oh my God, it's so hard. Right? You guys think nursing school was hard? Yes. You know, we do that on purpose. We make it hard on purpose because you can't be better than you were by doing easy things. And so you're better today because you went through something hard. You didn't avoid the obstacle that you had to go through in order to be the best version of you. And I want to encourage you to never stop going through the obstacles. Don't go around them. Don't avoid them. Don't be afraid of hard things, because it's the hard things that make you better. It's the hard things that will make you get promoted. It's the hard things that will turn you into the person that you don't even know you can be yet. So don't think this was hard and it's the last hard thing you'll ever do. Think of it as, that was the first hard thing I did, and I did it really well. And I can't wait to see what the next hard thing is that I'm going to do, because it's going to make me even better. You guys have what it takes. You know that now, right? So rely on that and go after those hard things, and you'll do incredibly well. We're so proud of you. We're going to see you again here tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Don't be late. We're going to start at 11 whether you're here or not. And I'll see you then. So thank you all for coming today.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Oots, Interim ASN Coordinator and Faculty Member for the School of Nursing. It's my pleasure to recognize and award students for their accomplishments this evening. In April of this year, Georgia Southwestern held its Student Awards Program, and I would like to recognize the students who received honors at that event. The first award recognition that I would like to share is the Georgia Southwestern State University 2024 Outstanding Scholar, the university's highest academic honor. And I ask that the student stand when her name is called. On April 10th, Josie Battaglia, my bad. Go ahead, stand up, Mama Lamb. I know I messed up your name, I'm sorry. I practiced it like 5 times and I still messed it up. She was recognized by Chancellor Sonny Perdue on Academic Recognition Day at the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia in Atlanta. The USG Outstanding Scholars represent the system's highest scholastic ideals and are selected by each individual institution. Josie has made GSW's honors list every semester since she started in fall of 2019. She's maintained that 3.95 GPA, putting her among the top in her class. In fall of 23, last year, she was accepted into the Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society. So please help me congratulate Josie on her accomplishment. I'm going to be a while, bear with me. Next, I would like to recognize the School of Nursing's Outstanding Undergraduate Student Award recipient, and I ask that this student stand when their name is called. The Outstanding Student Award recipient is voted on by the faculty of the undergraduate nursing program. When voting, we're looking at the merits in leadership, academics, and professionalism. When faculty and staff were asked to share comments about the student, common themes emerged. Relatable, well-rounded, respectable, reliable, lots of R's. And it's often a leader, not an R, of their peers. The School of Nursing's Outstanding Undergraduate Student Award was given to Will Sewell IV. Please stand and be recognized. The third award recipient I would like to recognize is the winner of the Spring 2024 Cynthia Dudley Academic Scholarship Award. This award was established by Dr. A. Gatewood Dudley in honor of his wife, Cynthia Dudley, a nurse and graduate from GSW's nursing program. The award is presented to the graduating student from the College of Nursing and Health Sciences at GSW who has achieved the highest grade point average while a nursing student. Not only does this student have the highest GPA, but the student is a mentor, a member of our Georgia Southwestern Association of Nursing Students, a member of our Sigma Theta Tau Mu Pi chapter, an AHEC scholar, a member of the university's choir, and actually performed at Rosalind Carter's services in both Atlanta and Plains, and also, from what I've heard, is an accomplished horseback rider. This student is hardworking and dedicated and has earned a 4.0 and is quite, that's a challenge in nursing in case you didn't know. It's really hard. And the recipient of the 2024 Cynthia Dudley Academic Scholarship Award is Jennifer Latimer. Jennifer? She gets a fancy plaque. Where is our... Oh. Be careful. It's a doozy. The next group of students that I'd like to recognize this evening is our Sawega AHEC Scholars. The Southwest Georgia Area Health Education Center is a community-driven, nonprofit organization whose goal is to increase access to health care by improving the number and distribution of healthcare providers in 38 counties in Southwest Georgia. Southwest Georgia AHEC Scholars is an exciting multidisciplinary program that gives health professions students a unique opportunity to practice hands-on training, experience providing care in a rural, underserved environment, work with other health professions students in their region, build their resumes, and increase their professional contacts. The program consists of 80 hours of classroom or online instruction and 40 hours of hands-on community-based experiential training over 2 years. The spring 2024 graduating AHEC scholars are Jennifer Latimer and Quincy Mayer. Ladies, please stand. The next award and recognitions that I'd like to make this evening is being presented on behalf of the Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Society MUPI chapter, our chapter here on campus. And I'm representing our chapter tonight as a member of the executive board. At our induction ceremony in November of 2023, we inducted 13 new members into our society. 9 of those inductees were from our BSN program track, graduating tomorrow, and I'd like to recognize these students. Each new member has been made noticeable by those very stylish purple and white cords that you see hanging around their neck, and you'll see them tomorrow. Better see them tomorrow. Don't forget them. This is your homework. To be invited to the International Honor Society of Nursing undergraduate BSN students must achieve academic excellence of a 3.0 or higher, rank in the upper 35% of their graduating class, and meet the expectation of academic integrity. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all names have been called. The inductees that are graduating tomorrow are Josie Battaglia, Miranda Brannon, J.C. Hardiman, Carly Hearn, Racine Hearns, Jennifer Latimer, Will Sewell IV, and Rachel Todd. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. It's also my honor to present the Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing MUPI Chapter Award for Outstanding Leadership. This student was selected by the faculty and the executive board for demonstrating outstanding leadership abilities. Faculty and staff shared a few comments about this student. Try to guess who said what. They're always prepared when coming to simulation. I ruined it right there. They really think their way through things, help their classmates along the way. They're great with communication, always ready to learn, not afraid to ask questions, and willing to try new skills and tasks. They go beyond what is required with work. When I read their work, they really get it. Not only that, but they don't forget anything. Super compassionate and caring. Students tend to turn to this person for leadership. They are a wonderful and well-rounded student with a great attitude and compassion for others. I've never seen them without a smile on their face. They simply have a way with words. They don't hesitate to tell fellow students and faculty that they appreciate them. They demonstrate leadership skills. They truly have a servant's heart. They're kind, caring, and compassionate. If I ever find myself needing a hospital service, I hope they walk in as my nurse, because I would feel confident that they would provide care with excellence. They're always professional, polite, willing to help, respectful, smart, a leader, and a great communicator. They're a stellar student and a great friend and a helper to peers. So glad they didn't change their major to an electrician or a mechanic, though I would trust them with the wiring in my house and my car. I'm pretty sure their patients will be happy when they see them. This year's recipient of the MUPI Award for Outstanding Leadership is Will Sewell IV. Please come up. He's going to get a plaque and a fancy scholarship, something or other, eventually. You even spelled your name right. Congratulations, y'all made it through it. Congratulations to all the students recognized this evening. Can we give them one more hand of applause? Please join me in welcoming Ms. Quanah Garner from the Phoebe Health System to present the next award.
Good evening. I'm a leader at Phoebe, Maine in Albany, Georgia. I'm here to present the Phoebe Clinical Excellence Award. The Phoebe Clinical Excellence Award is given to a deserving preceptorship student who has demonstrated sound clinical skills, exhibited both professionalism and integrity, and displayed sincere initiative and an eagerness to learn. Students are rated on the following: demonstration of professionalism in performance, appearance, and all interactions with patient, family, preceptors, and with other team members, fulfillment of agreed upon time commitment and schedule, demonstration of competency in required clinical skills, demonstration of proficiency in prioritizing patients and their needs and care, demonstration of high level of customer service and patient-centered care, initiative, and an eagerness to learn. The recipient of the Phoebe Clinical Excellence Award is Rachel Todd. Rachel is going to be a future 6AB inpatient surgical nurse on my unit.
Hello, I'm Carrie Batchoffer. I'm one of the faculty within the School of Nursing, and I serve as the National Student Nurses Association faculty advisor. The National Student Nurses Association was founded in 1952. It's a nonprofit organization for students enrolled in an associate's, baccalaureate, diploma, or generic graduate nursing program. NSNA is dedicated to fostering the professional development of our nursing students. NSNA has 6 core values: advocacy, leadership, professionalism, care, diversity, and quality education. The mission for NSNA is to mentor students preparing for initial licensure as a registered nurse and to convey the standards, ethics, and skills that students will need as a responsible and accountable leader and members of our profession. Our school chapter is known as GSWANS, or the GSW Association of Nursing Students. Today we have 3 graduating members. Students, when your name is called, please stand to show your cords that you should have. The blue and purple and white cords can be worn with your other regalia tomorrow at graduation. Our students are Miranda Brannon, Kiara Dawson, and Jennifer Latimer. Thank y'all, congratulations. All right, now without further ado, I would like to welcome to the stage Will Sewell. Will was voluntold, well actually he was voted on by his fellow cohorts the first semester of nursing school. It's been a while now. Will acted as the liaison between his cohort and the faculty members. He would go to our faculty meetings and lay out his cohort's thoughts and any problems that they may have and discussions with us, and then he would bring it back to them and talk through it. Will has always done it with so effortlessly, and graciously, and I have no doubt that he will have all the success in the world.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for braving the weather to be here for this momentous occasion for myself as well as the students who sit before me. I was voluntold for this, and I tend to be a little bit long-winded, but tonight I'm going to do my absolute best to not let that be the case. But y'all just strap in and bear with me, and we're going to get through it. So for the past 2 years, I have been this cohort's class representative. It has been an honor to kind of be their voice, to take their feedback and tell it to the faculty. It's also an honor that they selected me to speak to them this evening. And while I can be a little bit long-winded, there's 3 things I do want to try to accomplish in our time tonight. First, this is just kind of to let you know where we're going. First, I'm going to thank you, the family and friends that are here. Second, I'm going to address our faculty. I've had the opportunity to listen to them lecture for hours, so now it's exciting to just kind of give a little taste of their own medicine back to them. And then lastly, I'm going to offer just a few encouraging words and challenges to my cohort as we go forward. So without further ado, let's get started. First, to the family and friends that are gathered here this evening, I only have 2 words for you, and that is thank you. Thank you for standing by us and supporting us as we more or less put our lives on hold for the last 2 years. We've missed big events. We've missed life events, but you stood by us because you knew that we were investing in our future. Thank you for understanding when we had to go to bed early on the weekends just to get up the next morning and drive to clinical. Thank you for texting us on the day of big tests, reminding us that, in fact, we could get through nursing school. Thank you for talking to us on the phone when we were stressed, sleep-deprived, in tears, frustrated. You throw your adjective in there. Thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for letting us practice our clinical skills on you as we learn them. Mama, you make a wonderful patient. You do. Thank you. Thank you to listening to our stories in the clinical setting and all the crazy things that we were learning in nursing school. Over and all, family and friends gathered here, all I have to say is thank you for loving these students well. We are blessed to have you as a part of our lives, and this is just one of those moments where saying thank you doesn't seem like enough, but it's all I have. Cohort of 2024, can we give our family and friends a round of applause? To the faculty and staff, all of you, I jest, it's all good. Many of you have already heard the gratitude and expressions of thanks that my cohort as well as myself have for you. However, allow me to vocalize our thanks in this setting publicly. Over the past 2 years, you've met us with smiles every day. You've encouraged us and urged us on when things felt impossible. You have been anxious alongside us as we sat for big tests, desiring for us to do well. You've taken the time to learn our names, to learn our interests, to learn our future goals and aspirations, not just professionally, but also personally. You have shared the tips and tricks that you have learned in your clinical experience to help us know what to do and also some things maybe not to do. You have shared things from your personal practice, stories that have helped our textbooks come to life. Maybe most notably, you have spent time off the clock, going above and beyond your job responsibilities just to record voice lectures for us over the weekend, or to hold virtual team meetings to make sure that all of our questions were met on a Saturday just before the following Monday big test, to make sure that we had all the resources that we needed. Your office doors were always open to us, and if you weren't immediately available, you were never more than an email, a phone call, or a text message away. You taught us how to conduct ourselves in the clinical setting. You taught us and modeled for us how to be safe, ethical, and professional nurses. You made clear the importance and the responsibility for advocating for our patients. And you also made clear the weight of the responsibility of stepping in to oversee someone's health and well-being. And you also taught us how to handle that responsibility competently. But above all of this, above all your time, all your investment, all your teachings, you were kind. And Dr. Weaver already, he kind of stole my thunder, but that's okay. That's okay. While I realize that kindness is not the measured metric that earned Georgia Southwestern State its #1 school of nursing title, as a student who has now traversed this program, the kindness and the intentionality of the staff are what will always make it the #1 school of nursing to me. Now, I would be lying to y'all, and y'all would know I was lying, if I told you that nursing school was fun. It indeed was not, but you all made it better in more ways than one. You all made it possible. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for guiding us and sometimes dragging us kicking and screaming through this process that we have called nursing school. Thank you for being a part of our life story. Can we give a round of applause to the faculty and staff? My. We're almost done. Let me start by saying we did it. All the tears, all the sleepless nights, all the stress, all the frustration, you made it worth your time. I want you to look around. Go ahead, look around, look at your family and your friends. Find them. There you go. There you go. Look at your professors. Yeah, wave at them. Yeah, look at each other. I want you to take this moment in. From the first day of orientation, when we didn't know each other's names, when we didn't know if our textbooks were going to come in at any point. Yeah, it's funny now, it wasn't then. When we were freaking out about what shoes were going to be acceptable to wear to clinicals, that's a big deal. We have come a long, long ways. And I just want to take a moment to pull out some elements some things that we've done in nursing school. This might bring some stress up. I'm sorry if it does in advance. You ready? Strap in. Over the past 2 years, I'm fixing to throw some numbers at you. You have taken 47 semester tests. That includes dosage calculation, entrance exam. And for those of you who said, wow, 47, that number doesn't sound high enough, it's not. In addition to those 47 tests, you have taken approximately, depending on the class requirements, 14 standardized exams that we call the HESI. That brings you somewhere around 61 tests. And what's really notable about that number is that only 4 of those were taken this semester. 57 of those tests were taken in the 3 semesters prior. That was a stressful thing, but you did it. Over the past 2 years, we have taken a fundamentals test on Monday that covered 10 chapters. Oh, hang on. Woken up the next day and had a fundamentals skills checkoff on Tuesday. Woken up the next day and had a health assessment checkoff on Wednesday. and then went home that Wednesday afternoon to start studying for our psychiatric mental health nursing test that covered 13 chapters. You haven't lived until you've read 13 chapters for a test that you have in 16 hours. It can be done, don't advise it. Over the past 2 years, you have gotten up multiple times at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning just to drive 2 or more hours in the dark, to go to a hospital you've never been to meet a clinical instructor you've never met, to go take care of patients who don't know you're coming, just to wake them up at 6:45 in the morning. They love that. And you're anxious that entire time about what the rest of the day may hold. And ladies, and Brandon, thank you. Maybe the biggest accomplishment is you passed Med-Surg 1. 1 year later, and it still hits. I love it. Now, there's a reason I bring all this up. It's not to stress you out. It's not to raise your blood pressure. I do want to remind you of all the things you've accomplished, but there's 4 things that I want to pull out of our past experiences that I want us to take forward as we move into our future career. First, I want you to reflect upon all these things you've done, and I want you to know your family was right. Your kindergarten teacher was right. You can, in fact, do and be anything you want to. You've proven it. After this program, man, all my money's on you. You can, with enough time, perseverance, grit, endurance, whatever adjective you want to put in there, you can do it. You've proven it, regardless of what life throws your way. Second, I want to tell you, you are courageous. Anybody in the medical profession, will be able to identify this. It takes a certain amount of courage to wake up early in the morning, to go to a new place, and to meet patients that you've never met before. It takes a certain amount of courage to walk into a patient's room, to start your first IV, and to complete other patient care tasks. So I would say, as you move forward and as you stand in the face of hard things, remember, you are courageous. You've proven it. So take this humble confidence into your future career. Third, I bring all these experiences up to point out your commitment. In the face of seemingly overwhelming odds of tests and assignments, we stay committed. When feelings of hopelessness, I don't really like to admit to it, but hopelessness, there were moments when it didn't seem like when I was gonna make it. Let me speak for myself. When feelings of hopelessness settled in, we stayed committed. We have stared seeming failure and failure in the face, and we have not given up. We've stayed committed to our goals and to our future. Stressed, sleep deprived, we remained committed. So as you move forward and step into your career, may I challenge you to take this same level of commitment into the care setting. May we be committed to excellence, committed to safety, committed to thorough assessments, committed to being a devoted patient advocate, committed to honesty, integrity, and kindness in every interaction we have. When you're tired, when you're stressed, when you're frustrated, when you're belittled, may you stay committed to the very pledge that we're about to say today. Fourth and last, and then I promise I'm going to sit down. There's one more thing I want you to recall from our time in nursing school. Over the past 2 years, you have spent 500 hours in the clinical setting. You can do a lot in 500 hours. These 500 hours have been divided among mental health units, emergency departments, pediatric units, mother-baby units, NICU units, labor and delivery units, intensive care units, cardiac intensive care units. The list goes on. Oh, and various Med-Surg units, let me not forget. In these 500 hours, you've interacted with individuals from all ages and all stations of life. We have passed out meal trays, we've fed, administered medications, we've held hands, and we've done so much more. We've had the opportunity to be present to welcome new life into this world. We've had the opportunity to celebrate with families when surgeries go well. We have seen the joy on patients' faces when they are told they get to be discharged, and they are joyful. But we've also been a part of the difficult times. We've been present when test results weren't what somebody's hoped. You've been there when somebody's life was more or less literally falling apart. You've been present to witness the fragility of life and to observe the passing of life. And it has been in these moments that have been formative for us. It's been these moments that have allowed us to realize how precious life really is. These moments made clear to me that life truly is a gift and that we should take the time to care for and invest in those around us. Sure, there's going to be those days when you're overwhelmed, where it seems like your patient medication list is just too long. But let's take what we learned in our gerontology course and remember that if we're truly going to care for people, it means we've got to sit eye level with them. We've got to ask them how they're doing, not just physically, not just check those boxes off in the chart, but we've got to see how they're doing emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. We must love and care for those around us because life is too precious not to take care of one another. So, if our 500 clinical hours have taught us anything, let it be that we must take the time for what really matters, and that is caring for others. So remember, you can do anything you want to do. You are courageous is the second thing. Third, we need to earnestly be committed to kindness, integrity, and safety. And fourth, take time for what really matters, whether that be professionally or personally, and that is those in your immediate vicinity. So as I close, I'll leave you with a quote from an individual that we all know and love, Miss Laura Stanley. Miss Stanley, you may or may not remember this, but before most every test, you would say this, and it made an impact for me. And I leave you guys with this, quote, remember your training, breathe, do your best you can, and remember, you were made for this. So I love all of you. Go kick some NCLEX booty, and you were made for this. Can we give the graduating class a round of applause? All right, you're not quite done with me yet, but don't groan, I'm almost done. These are not for me. These are not for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I'm seated, I have the distinct privilege of introducing our next two speakers. Our cohort, true to ourselves, has elected to do something that's a little unconventional. We've decided to have two speakers because we value both of these women and what they have to say, that we wanted them both to speak. So I'm going to introduce them both now, and then I'll be seated. Our first speaker is Miss Connie Hammock, who we respectfully but lovingly call Miss Connie. Miss Connie's official title in the School of Nursing is advisor. However, if you know her at all, Miss Connie goes well above her job requirements. Miss Connie's one of those people that you walk away from her and you know somebody in this world loves you. Throughout our college career, Miss Connie has always met us with a smile. Her office door has always been open, and she has always had an encouraging thing to say. She has believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Quite notably, she has helped us see the forest through the trees. Even when we couldn't see our end goal of being a nurse because of all the tests we had, Miss Connie would say, baby, just keep pushing. It's going to be worth it. But above all of this, Miss Connie has kept us fed. Her office is always stocked with goodies, and it's been on more than one occasion that Miss Connie has kept our stomachs full and our brain fueled for a test that we have coming up. So, Miss Connie, you have displayed through your words, through your actions, what it means to love others, and we cannot express to you how grateful we are for all that you have done. I have your box of tissues right up here. Our next speaker is one of our professors. Her name is Dr. Laura Kim Gosa. When I thanked the staff earlier for their kindness they have displayed throughout this program, you're going to see exactly the kindness I was talking about in Dr. Gosa when she comes to speak. It's always been clear from her words and from her demeanor that Dr. Gosa cares for her student. Throughout the years, Dr. Gosa has been very intentional on checking in on us, even when we didn't have her as a professor that semester. She's made herself available to us, whether we need help with school, advice about life, or just someone to listen to our nursing school woes. She's taught us how to be professional in the field of nursing, the importance of advocating for our patients. But maybe more than all of this, while Dr. Gosa is no stranger or not new to the field of nursing education, she did start at Georgia Southwestern our first semester of nursing school. So we found it fitting, as her first graduating class, that she give us our last lectures. So with that, I'm going to be seated. And ladies, the podium is yours.
Well, good evening. Welcome again. I am Laura Kim Gosa, and this is Miss Connie Hammock, and we are part of this great nursing team here at GSW, and we are extremely humbled and honored to give you guys your last lecture tonight. I'm going to now turn it over to Miss Connie, and then I'll speak after her. Do you need my glasses? I'll be fine.
How can I follow up with that, Will? I mean, really, come on. Let's just go home now. I'm Connie. Y'all call me Connie, I don't care. But in the program, it's last lecture. This is really your last advisement and lecture. And I'm going to read off of this. And I have worn out the Kleenexes. So everybody, on your first paycheck, you will be sending me a box of Kleenex. Will has already given me his, so he's taken care of. I was asked to speak tonight, and at first I declined. I actually declined several times because I said, I'm not a nurse. I don't know anything about nursing. So how can I tell y'all anything, what you're going to be faced with and what you're going to be doing? And I thought, I know your curriculum. And then I heard somebody say, well, okay, I'll go back and tell them that you don't want to talk to us. And it wasn't said in a way that made me guilt out because I thought, yes, I do want to talk to you. And even though I don't know a thing about nursing, except I know y'all and I love y'all, and I know a little bit about life because I'm old, okay? So I thought, okay, I can talk to them, and I'm going to keep it short, and it's going to be short and sweet, I promise. But it hurt my heart when I thought you didn't want me to speak. But anyway, I thought, well, okay. All right, let's start with this. And Racine, I promised. I said, no crying. Okay, anyway, I'm out of my Kleenexes. I'm taking this on with me. But anyway, first I want to tell the parents, thank you, and the loved ones, thank you for what you've done with these kids. You have raised some great kids, and I feel like they're mine. When they come here, they're mine. And I'm old, so they might be my grandkids, but you know what? I still love them like they're mine. And y'all have done a fantastic job raising these kids. Pat yourself on the back. Second, students, I know you've been well prepared because we have great instructors. And I know that God has great things in store for y'all. I've often have reminded you when you come to me worried about your test grades or your HESI scores or whether you're in the correct major. And I've had some who have spoke about changing majors to teaching, electrician, mechanic, and the last thing was concrete worker. What? And I'm like, no. But every time you've worried about your grades, or if you were doing something you were not supposed to do, maybe you wasn't in the right field, that's what y'all come. What did I tell you? I said you would not be where you are right now if God did not have a plan for you to be right here. You have a purpose, and that purpose is helping others. It's a great purpose. Your patients will be blessed to have y'all. And I know if I'm in a hospital anywhere near y'all, I'm going to y'all's hospital because I'm like, I've never done this before, and I've never had the opportunity to tell the class how much I have grown to love y'all, but I've really loved y'all, and it's like empty nest syndrome times 26. Y'all are leaving me. But I want to remind you too, on the days that you feel afraid or unsure, and on all the other days, the good days and the bad days, never forget Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Well, none of us know the future, but God does. And my last advice to you is to trust and obey the one who holds you in the palm of his hand, and he knows your future, and he knows what he has in plan for you. And you're going to be fine, and you're going to be great, and I'm always going to love and miss y'all. You have my number. You know where I'm at. You can always come back to me. And I'm really looking for y'all to come back for the master's program because I just can't imagine not seeing y'all, so you got to come see me. So now really for the real lecture is Dr. Gosa, and she has walked that path you're going to be on. But remember, God's with you. I love y'all.
Okay, guys, how am I going to follow all this? Well, I want to reflect back on your nursing school journey and provide you with some words of wisdom. So, I wrote a poem for you, and it's titled Nursing School Reflections with Wisdom, Fall 22 to Spring 24. Your nursing orientation was exciting and fun. After accepting all the news of rules, tips, and schedules, thankfully, you guys decided not to run. With classes of fundamentals, patho, health assessments, and hundreds of chapters to read, your first semester was really, really rough. Learning about dosage cow, nursing skills, and how to assess, and not to mention those checkoff days, boy, they were tough. You all started mastering the art of studying and taking tests. I believe it was those select all that apply questions y'all all love the best. Your group started off as peers seeking the same nursing degree, though your relationships became much more, quickly transforming to close friends and family. You had classes like adult health and mental health, where you learned about disorders, systems, interventions, just to name a few. And don't you worry, friends and family, they may have diagnosed some of you too. Satisfying ACE-MAP in many clinical hours, and even participating in study-aways and nursing trips. But it was in Miss Connie's office, where you all loved the best, as there was always food, candy, advice, and many little life tips. With more learning, papers, and projects and courses such as Gero, informatics, evidence-based, and OB and Peds, it is the role of the registered nurse. It will always start with you, as you will always lead. In your nursing leadership and transition course, you completed NCLEX questions, built portfolios and resumes. Learning communication, teamwork, motivation are all important soft skills. These skills, coupled with your knowledge, are vital to your career, as they will help to pay your bills. Having talent in nursing is good and without any debate, but it is your attitude and your work ethic that's going to make you all great. I am sure your nursing journey included stress, anxiety, and tears. However, it was with some fun, knowledge, and laughter. This we hope you remember for years. Changing your status from nursing student to nursing graduate and passing boards will place RN behind your name, and off you will go. But don't you worry, GSW has more. Our MSN program is where you can come back to learn and grow. So remember your nursing student journey and turn around and lend a hand to the next student in line, passing along your nursing tips, encouragement, and advice if you don't mind. You will have days filled with caring, compassion, laughter, and miracles, and some days you may even cry. Although there will be days filled with challenges, please always remember your why. For nursing is a noble career where your integrity is just as vital as your knowledge. Nurses are the most trusted profession, even if you're right out of college. For Jesus works through the hands of nurses, so put on the armor of God when you have a tough day. Always looking to Him for guidance, inspiration, love, and encouragement. This for you all, I will pray. Don't forget, you are all now GSW alum. So come back for homecoming and other events, as there's always lots of food, laughter, and fun. It is with great joy to see you sitting here tonight. You have been provided with good roots, but now it's time you take flight. In conclusion, and to summarize these words of wisdom to you, go make it happen and let your light shine among the rest, as we have no doubt you all are the best. We look forward to hearing about the lives you will touch. As our future RNs, you will be, and we all love you very much. So remember Jeremiah 29:11, Miss Connie just spoke about. You will all do great things. This we have no doubt. Congratulations to each of you. We're immensely proud of you. Let's give them another round of applause.
Well, hello. I have been back there thinking about that Will Sewell and just how he needs to be a preacher, car salesman, and a nurse too. I don't know. Anyway, how can I go behind all of that? Well, they gave me the symbolism of the pen, so it's okay. We're going to put it on and wear it with pride, aren't we? That's right. Because this class is very, very special to me. I went out of state with these children to Kentucky. It was quite the experience. William Sewell would not go because he wanted to fish. So there you go. But I wanted to come and tell y'all about the symbolism of the pen, which you will be receiving, right? We're welcoming you into nursing tonight, okay? The tradition of the nursing pen and the ceremonial penning originated with Florence Nightingale in 1860. At the time, Florence Nightingale had been awarded the Red Cross of St. George for her selfless service to the injured and dying in the Crimean War. Nightingale chose to extend the honor to her most outstanding graduate nurses by presenting each of them with a Medal of Excellence. A nursing pen is a type of badge, usually made of metal such as gold or silver. This pen is worn by nurses to identify the nursing school from which they graduated. Traditionally, the pen is presented to newly graduated nurses by their faculty at a penning ceremony as a symbolic welcome into the profession. Most pens have a symbolic meaning which often reflects the history of the nursing program for that particular school of nursing. The pen that our GSW graduates wear is no different, as it carries its own unique history and distinction. The pen was designed by the first 6 graduates of the Associate's Degree Nursing program in 1956. The design reflects the front profile of the administration building at that time. The graduates who designed the original pen were Mert Knight Radney, Lorraine Stafford Jones, Peggy Kitchens Killinger, Catherine Pritchett Mims, and Joyce Slayton. In 1975, before y'all were here, the program's first 6 graduates of the new RN to BSN program designed, in addition to the pin, a wreath which would be added to the original nursing pin. Until the closure of the associate degree program, graduates from this program would be pinned with the original design, while graduates of the RN to BSN program were pinned with the wreath. Since 2002, graduates of the newly created generic baccalaureate program now proudly wear a pin that shares the combined design from both the associate and RN to BSN program. The pinning ceremony itself is much more than an event to mark the completion of nursing school. It is a rite of passage into the profession and a reminder to all of us of nurses' well-founded historic promise to serve and love others. Our hope is that you will wear your pin with the same degree of pride that GSW graduates have for over 65 years as they have worn their own. As lecturer and faculty of the School of Nursing, I am so proud to be the first of many to welcome you into the nursing profession. You are all very, very sweet, and I love you very, very much, very much. I am going to miss you very much, but you'll be back. I know it.
So now we'll start with our pinning. So feels right. Okay. Isabel Guadalupe Alacanter. She will be at Orlando Regional Medical Center, ER. Ikamini Abahasi Angel Andrews. She has many job options. Josie Ellen Battaglia. She will be at NICU at Phoebe, Maine. Miranda Jade Brannon will be at Phoebe Putney Mother-Baby Unit. Callahan Francis Carr will be at NICU at Phoebe Putney. Brandon P. Carter, he will be at Archibald Emergency Department. Sydney Kate Crosby, undecided. Kiera Dawson, labor and delivery, Phoebe Sumter, who I'll be working with on occasion. J.C. Marie Hardiman, Dodge County Emergency Room. Carly Amanda Hearn, Navasett, labor and delivery, who I may be calling report to. Racine Simone Hearns, she will be at St. Joseph Candler Hospital, PEDS unit. Katie Ann Hobbs, she will be at NICU at Navasett in Macon. Nari Asia Isaacs, cardiac unit in Atlanta. Ansley Marie Jones, undecided. Jennifer Lois Latimer, also undecided. Quincy L. Mayer, critical care unit, Phoebe Sumter. Alexis Jades Meadows, Tift Regional Medical Center, ER. Serenity Patterson, Emergency Department, Phoebe Sumter. Cassandra N. Prusco, ED, Piedmont, Midtown. William M. Sewell IV, Phoebe Putney, Maine. Shannon Marie Stevens, University of Michigan, Sparrow Health, ER. Megan Strickland, Progressive Cardiac Care Unit, Northside, Atlanta. Marley Blaine Suddeth, Crisp Regional Emergency Department. Rachel Michelle Todd, Phoebe Maine, 6AB.
Hello. Future nurses. Next stop, NCLEX. Yeah. So it's my job, or my role in this program, to read the Nightingale Pledge. And before I do so, I just want to say, I sat in my living room last night at 11:30 in true nursing faculty fashion and updated the orientation video that all of you played a part in. So the last thing I heard in my way to doze off was Kiera say, "Don't forget your Meredith's bag, take it with you everywhere you go." And I heard Angel say, "Don't forget your dosage calculation book, you're gonna need it." Racine said, "You're gonna need a watch with a second hand because you're gonna have to know how to count your respirations, count your patient's pulse." Carly didn't want to show her face, so she holds the RN that kind of rocks back and forth in the video for the new students. And Will spins around in the chair and says, "We're so glad you're here." So yes, we're so glad you're here. And we're so glad you're going to return for your master's too, okay? We're plugging you, right? Right. On that note, I just want you to know, right? If Miss Swords can do it, you can do it, right? Because last year I was in your place, graduating with my master's, my first year as a nurse educator, right? So you can do it too, okay? All right, so Nightingale Pledge, this is your pledge to nursing, so I want to ask you to rise with me. You're going to turn your program over and repeat after me, or repeat along with me, excuse me. I pledge myself here before my family and friends and in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession with integrity. I will endeavor to maintain and elevate the standard of nursing, both as a science and as an art. I wholeheartedly recognize the importance of high standards of care and of personal accountability. I devote myself to the healing, protection, advocacy, and welfare of those committed to my care. I accept a duty to work for the improvement of health in the communities in which I live and work. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and will respect the privacy of medical information. I will act with compassion in ethical matters. I will not knowingly administer or consume any harmful substance. I commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning. Thank you. Sorry. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Georgia Southwestern School of Nursing Class Spring of 2024.